Hey book lovers, Victoria here and you're watching My Books Me. Today I'm doing the Not a Booktube Newbie Tag because I have been on Booktube for 2.5 years and I also never did the Booktube Newbie Tag when I started this channel. So the whole point of this tag is to is that you're not a Booktube newbie, so let's go. Number one is how old is your channel, and I kind of spoiled this in the intro. My channel is 2.5 years old. I uploaded my very first video on like the 28th of January 2015, although I had started watching Booktube in about December, so I think I was like signed up during January. But when I first uploaded, my video, which is when I'm counting how old my channel is, it's like the end of January. Number two, what are your favourite videos to make? These are also my favourite videos to watch, and they are hauls and wrap-ups. Hauls because I love well, I mean, it sounds weird saying I love showing off what books I bought, but it's kind of like that I like sharing what books I've bought and sort of my thoughts on what I think of them before I've read them, things I've heard, what I think of the blurb. And I also love then that starts a conversation in the comments with you guys about your thoughts on a book, and it makes me, if you have really positive thoughts on a book that I haven't read yet and you say, oh, I can't wait till you read it, like that makes me more excited to read it. At the same time, I love wrap-ups because then I'm talking about the books that I've read and sharing my thoughts on these books with you guys. And again, it starts a conversation in the comments with you guys either telling me your opinions on the books that I've read or saying things like, oh, like that book sounds really interesting, you know, everything you said about it was great, blah blah blah, you know, I'm gonna add it to my TBR. You know, and I love, as I said, I love watching wrap-ups and hauls, and at the same time I love making them, especially mainly the aspect of that it starts a conversation in the comments and I get to interact with you guys that way and see what you know, what books people are, when I watch those videos, it's great to see what books people are buying, what books people are reading, so at the same time I hope that that's what you guys think when you see my videos. Number three, what is one piece of advice you would give to someone who is joining Booktube? One would be, don't be intimidated. I've seen a lot where people say they want to start a Booktube channel but they don't have like either a fancy bookcase with heaps of books on it, or that they only read ebooks, or that they only borrow library books, so they don't feel like they can join Booktube. That is wrong. Do not be intimidated by the fact that booktubers, a lot of bigger booktubers, have a lot of books and nice bookshelves and a really nice setup. Most of the books that I own, I bought because I joined Booktube. You will start off with like 5 books and you'll probably end with like 1 million. And it doesn't matter if you only read ebooks or if you only borrow books from the library. That's totally fine. My advice is that if you want to start a channel but you feel intimidated by the fact that you're slightly different to other people in the rest of the community, don't be, because this community does need people who don't just read YA, mainstream hyped up YA. I know like a lot of that's what this community is kind of made up of, people who do read YA, but if you are someone who does things differently, who reads different books, reads different formats of books, whatever, like don't be intimidated by the fact that you don't really fit in with the majority of the community, or that sounds wrong, that you don't like, you're not the same as the rest of the community. If you're different, that's great. Like, don't be intimidated by what other people are doing, do your own thing and be confident with what you're doing. Number four, since joining, have you come into any unforeseen challenges? Run into any unforeseen challenges? I'm going to say not really. I think probably my unforeseen challenges are just general YouTube ones, in the fact that sometimes, some weeks, it is difficult for me to think of video ideas where I want to be like original, or I want to kind of keep things a bit different. I will sometimes plan out like a month's worth of videos because I do pre-film mostly. So I think one of the challenges is just generally finding the time to film and edit, and also coming up with video ideas to do as well. And I think that's just a general, like that's just a general YouTube challenge. I don't think there's anything related to Booktube that I've ever really come across. No. Yeah, I think just generally like a YouTube challenge of just making sure you're always trying to upload stuff that you're happy with. Number six, what is your favourite aspect of Booktube? I think just generally the community. We are people from all over the world, we are all different ages, all different backgrounds, but we are united by one thing, and that is our love of books. I love just talking to people in the comments of videos, and even just like on social media, which I suppose like that's an extension of Booktube, the whole book community. I love just seeing what people are reading and what they're buying and what their thoughts are on books, and like awesome bookish creativity that people do on some channels. And I love just being able to discuss that with people and like see the person behind the book review kind of thing. Like, you can read book reviews online on Goodreads, but it's great to be able to actually see someone talking about that book and see like how passionately they're talking about it, or if they really hated the book, how much they hated it, kind of thing. I like to see people excited about books. I think that's probably the main thing, is that, you know, we are a community, and I love being able to see people excited about books and their thoughts on books and everything like that. It's a great community. Number 7, want to spread the love, tag some newbies. Now, I don't actually have a list of them at the moment on me. Bad planning for me, but I'm going to insert their names here across the screen, and I will link to them in the description below. All of these people are in the Booktube network group over on Facebook, and that link is also in the description if you want to go join that group. Finally, question 8, who do you tag? Again, I don't have a list of people, but I'm going to put them in the description below, and if you want to do this tag, do it as well. If you've been on Booktube for a while now, maybe if you didn't do the Booktube newbie tag, I don't really know, but if you guys enjoyed this tag, and I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye!